Start the class. Yes. Mhm. Okay. So, guys, yesterday we saw the things like how the CPU and GPU and DPU is working. I hope like you guys are went through that things and you collected some information. So, I do have the medium blocks today's the topics. I will share it with you guys, and you can start your assignments. So, let me share my screen. Okay. I believe my screen is visible. Okay. Uh, Okay, so today we are going to see according to our topics, like today's class section is the LSTMs and GRU. Okay, so before seeing this LSTMs and GRU, we should first look into this, what is the ANN? Okay, already you guys are know what is the ANN. ANN is nothing but the artificial neural network, which is we used to call as the ANN. So first of all, what is ANN and what is this neural network and ये सब क्या है ये सब क्या आया है? You already know. Even some of the people know, and some of the people this is new. And the people are not started this deep learning. So let me give you the glimpse of small overviews of this. What is ANN? So ANN is a system that's you can say this ANN that mimic how the human brain works. It's present the input, the learn the patterns and make the predictions and take the decisions according to that patterns. Okay, the ANN have the multiple layers. If you will see in this diagram, you can able to see there are the lots of the layers you can able to see. So there is they have the so many layers of neurons, which is nothing but they have the input layers, hidden layers, and the output layers. Okay, so each neuron is connected to others. Okay, the others, and it's passing the weight with each other. Okay, and ANN is used for the problems where the data set is the simple and the pattern are easy to identify, we predictions in home the prediction of house price predictions and customer behavior. So this kind of the uh, problems when you want to solve, then you can go with the ANN. And as I already say, this is exactly this is the people created by mimicking the human brain. Okay, so let's say one example. By one example, let's understand what is this ANN करके. ठीक है? So for example, let's imagine like you are working in the pizza shop. Okay, a customer places the order. The ANN help us to calculate things. For examples, the एक सवाल आता है customers, like he asking what kind of the pizzas the customers want. This is the one question. For example, cheese या veggie or etc. ठीक है? And how much the price should they cost, like how much what kind of the range the people are expecting, and how long they want the pizza. So normally if you will go to order the pizza any customer, so they have these three queries. Okay, basically they have the three queries. So let's say let's we can say these things to, let's say that there is there is something it's called as the pizza size, right? So I say like a पिज्जा का एक साइज ले लेते हैं, ठीक है? So one is the pizza size, which is like the person said like I want the medium pizza, ठीक है? So we took the medium pizza, and to represent this in the numerical format, let's represent this with the one. Okay, and the another person is saying like I want the टॉपिंग द मशरूम्स, उसके ऊपर मुझे मशरूम डाल दो. So there is another guy saying like I was just added the mushrooms, so I just added the mushrooms. Okay, I just added the mushrooms and I want to give some kind of the representation, so let me give the 0.5. I'm just giving, okay? And after that you have to do the delivery, home delivery or something. Okay, so for the delivery purpose, okay, delivery speed, okay, delivery speed I'm just taking and I'm just representing with the zero point 0.8. Okay, 0.8. This is the value I just took. Okay, so normally the person came and he's ordering the things, and according to this input layers, you are just taking this type of the information. Okay, and now the ANN assign the initial weight. So initially what you have to do in everything, the or the person is gave the order, like now the ANN will assign the value for each thing. For example, if the pizza size, so initially he told like a pizza size, so pizza size के लिए let's say like इसको मैं थोड़ा नीचे का, ओके पिज्जा साइज के लिए, सो लेट मी से लाइक पिज्जा साइज, ओके पिज्जा साइज के लिए ANN असाइन ऑन रैंडम वेट, फॉर एग्जांपल 0.6 इज असाइन, ओके एंड आफ्टर दैट द वेट फॉर द टॉपिंग द मशरूम्स के लिए इट्स असाइन द 0.4, ओके एंड आफ्टर दैट इट वेट फॉर द डिलीवरी स्पीड के लिए इट्स असाइन द 0.8. So this is the random weight. It's assigned by the ANN. Okay, this is the random weight. It's assigned by the ANN. So now you have to calculate. So what the backend, the hidden layers, the calculation is going on is like you have to sum. For example, you have to sum the weight. So you have to do the weight sum. Okay, weight sum. So what is the weight sum? First you have to take the pizza size into weight. What is the weight? This is the weight. What is the pizza size? That is nothing but here I mentioned the one, so that's what you have to put. So first is the pizza size into weight. So here we have to call as the, this is the weight 1, weight 2 and weight 3. Okay, so I'm saying a weight 1, and after that plus, and after that I'm adding the topping mushrooms. That's another ingredients, and after that I'm just multiplying with the weight 2. Okay, and again do the plus, and the third thing is like nothing but the delivery speed into W3. Okay, so I'm doing this. If you will calculate this all these things, and you will get the one kind of the output. So like it's called as the 144. So 1.44, this is what you got the output and total weight sum. Okay, so now what the weight sum is like, it's go to the hidden layer in the sense, ये पहले ये सारे इनसाइड हो गया, अभी ये सब जाके हिडन लेयर में जाएगा, विच द 1.44, ये सब यहाँ पे हिडन लेयर्स में जाएंगे. ठीक है, अभी नाउ वंस इट्स वेंट टू द हिडन लेयर वेयर इट्स अ फर्दर प्रोसेस, हियर द नेटवर्क यूज समथिंग कॉल एज द एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन. सो हियर इट विल यूज द एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन. Okay, so activation function, what it will do is it's decide if this value is good enough to move forward or not. Okay, whether this value is move forward or not. So for that purpose it will apply some kind of the activation functions. Okay, so activation function, there is a different type of the activation functions are there, but by default there is a one activation function, it's called as the ReLU. Okay, so ReLU is nothing but the rectified linear unit. So this is the full form of the ReLU. Okay, so the ReLU activation function for the simplicity that will apply on the top. Okay, what the ReLU will do? ReLU will do like if the weight sum is greater than 0, then pass. अगर ये वाला output जो है कि this output, if it is greater than 0, if it is a greater than 0, then it will allow to pass. If it is a less than 0, then it will assign a 0. It won't allow that exact number, वो 0 pass करेगा. ठीक है, so that is the role of the next layer. अभी यहाँ पे है तो एक्टिवेशन फंक्शन बना है, तो ये वाला अगेन it will pass that into the next layer. ठीक है, it will pass into the next layer. Now, so next layer also, what happening now, the output of the next layer, but ANN update the weights. Abhi now previously we just assign the weights like this, right? 0.6, 0.4, 0.8, but again this ANN will assign the re-weight. For example, abhi usne 0.7 ले लिया, let's say इसको 0.5 ले लिया, and now it's took the 0.9. It will just update the weight. Okay, it will update the weight and it will do the same actions. which happened in the last time. Okay, so for example, if you will calculate with these numbers, okay, if you will calculate in these numbers, then almost you will get some kind of the value. It's a 167. Okay, my boss shortly बोल रहा हूँ, I don't want to do the calculation. If you want, you can do it. Okay, so if it is the 1.67 is the output आ रहा है, ठीक है. So now you got the 1.67 reach the output. Okay, so this is the outputs, and this is the, again you will apply the ReLU, and ReLU, if this is the more than zero, then it will allow to pass into the results. Okay, result is nothing but the, it will pass into this output layers. Okay, output layers, and the output layers, it will take the decision key. Okay, so see here, this 1.67, if you will say what is this 1.67, so directly you can't say what is 1.67, right? So you have to convert this 1.67. So there is something inside which will convert, and in the real world it will calculate, and it will say, okay, this is the dollar of the $12. Okay, this is what the $12. But for example, let's assume it, the real time price is the $50. If the real time price is the $50, but your model is predicted as a $12, okay, $12, then the backward propagation happens, the weight updation will happen, and until you will get the less error. Okay, now your prediction is $12, but the exactly price is $50. So it will do the updation. That's a backward propagations and forward propagation. That's things will happen. So basically, this is the AN work. Okay, this is the work of the ANN. But let me show you guys. But here we use the some kind of the terms. That terms are nothing but the, we have used, one is the activation function करके we used. Okay, and after that, so there is called as the bias. And what is else we have to used, that activation function and bias, and okay, so and weight. Okay, so let's see what is the weight and what is bias and what is activation function. What is exactly these things? Okay, so let's consider real life scenarios, and like let's understand this in very deeply. Okay, for example, imagine you are just trying to predict your exam score based on the two factors. Okay, what are the two factors? Like hours of the hours of study, तुमने जितना घंटा बैठ के स्टडी किया उसके बेसिस में, एंड आफ्टर दैट द स्लीपिंग टाइम. ठीक है, स्लीपिंग क्वांटिटी, sorry, sleeping quality, on the basis of sleeping quality and on the basis of the hours of study. So on the basis you want to calculate the you want to prediction for your exam scores. Okay, so when you the so here, like if you will see, the weight decided how important each factors are, like how important each factors are, on the basis that weight will assign to these things. Okay, for example, let's consider here, like your exam studies is like x1, x1, and this one the x1, and this is the x2. Let's consider these things. Okay, so now you only know very well, like the study is very very important compared with the sleeps for the output. Okay, the scores के outputs में which factor will affect impact very well, so the studies will impact very well. So what you can do is you can give some kind of the importance, the 80 percentage of the importance you can give for here. So you can give the 80 percentage of important, and you can give the 20 percentage of the important here. So according to the importance, you can assign the weight. You can just convert that into the 80 percentage, which is nothing but 0.8. And after that, you can convert it into the 0.12. Okay. So initial weights. So first of all, the thing is like what basis we are initializing this weight. Okay. So the weight will be initialized by the minus 0.12, and this is the 0.1. Between this you can initialize any weight. Okay, Okay, so this is in between this you can initialize any weight. So now we initialize according to the importance, 80 percentage, 20 percentage. We initialize that weight. Okay, and so now if you will calculate x1 into w1, and after that x2 into w2, and after that on the basis of you can just take the sum of the weight. And now let's see what is the bias. Now I hope you understood why what basis we are assigning the weights, and let's see the bias. What is this bias? Okay, what is this bias? Bias is nothing but the bias ensure that the even if you don't study or sleep, input are zero, right? Even if you are not doing anything, both the factor in an assumption in mathematically, if you will as if you are not doing any one of the factors, if you are not doing both the factors, then the input is should be the zero, right? Input should be the zero, but the output is not zero. It represents something, the baselines of scores you can get, because even though if you're not studies on the basis of your logic or your years of studies, तुम बचपन से पढ़ के आए हो, तो on the basis you can write something. Okay, you can write something, right? Even if you did not study or sleep well, you might still get some marks, because like basic knowledge or guessing on the exams you can do that. Okay, so for that things it's called as nothing but the bias. So for the bias you can assign some value. So let's assign for the bias 20. Okay, let's assign the 20s. Okay, so now what you are doing initially, what is the formula? Initially for the x1 we took the x1, and into we took the weight w1, and after that we took the two factors, right? Then after that x2 and into W2. So this is what. And additionally, we are adding this bias, because we know अगर दोनों भी तुम नहीं करोगे तो भी तुम कर सकते हो, right? And after that, you can just divide by the text. Text is nothing but the output. Okay, so output. So this is the exactly formulas. Okay, this is the exactly formula of these things. Okay, so this is nothing but the bias. So now let's look into the what is the activational function. What is the activation function? So activation function is nothing but it's decide how to adjust the final score. For example, if the score is too high or too low, okay, the activation function can normalize it and to stay within the range between the 0 to 100. अगर for example in previous example we got the score is 162, so randomly if you will say 162, then what is the exactly you can't figure out what is the 162, so you have to normalize it in the final output. So that is what the done by these activation functions. For example, let's say like a you studies for the 5 hours. Okay, so you can take the x1 is equal to 5x, and after that you had 7 upon 10 sleeping quantity, sorry, quality, this is quality. So you can take some ratios, and after that you can just when you put this all the uh, inputs and the weight and adding bias, if you got something around like a 225.4, then what is it? What is the score remains? If even applying the ReLU, you got this things. So what the ReLU will do is it will convert that into the example of 0.88. Between the 0 to 100, it will convert it, okay, in that particular ratio. So that's why like we are using the activation functions. Okay, that will give the meaningful something, something meaningful outputs, or it will give the range between 0 to 1. That's a normalized value. That's why we are using this activation functions. Okay, so I hope like you guys are understood what is the activation functions and what is these things, right? So let's move to the next topics. Now we will see the what is the RN. Okay, so RN is nothing but the recurrent neural network. I hope like ANN you guys are understood. Let's move into the RNN and okay. So guys, one more things I missed in that the thing is like here not only what okay well, we got to know what is the activation function, what different type of the activation function we have, we should understand there are the few different type of the activation functions. So RALU already we saw what is the RALU. Okay, the RALU is nothing but it will help us to to convert the value between the 0 to 1. 0 to if it is the 0 it won't allow the things, right? And after that something it's called as the sigmoid function. The sigmoid function it the output range will be 0 to 1. That is also what it will do is it convert the input value into between the 0 to 1. And the small value we used to we just if it is a negative number are mapped closely to 0, then the value is the positive number, then it's we closely like map to the 1. So that is the use of the sigmoid function. And after that we also have the tanh, 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 the hyper hyperbolic tangent. That's things. And what it will do is it will ratio between the range between -1 to 1. Okay, so this is kind of you can say like the sigmoid function which we have used in the logistic regression. You can kindly measure it's something like that. Okay, and after that is the softmax activation function. So software activation function in the sense like if you have the multiple outputs, for example image like you have the images, like for example multiple images or multiple inputs. For example, you want to do it this for the cat, dog, and rabbit. So three things you have as the inputs. Then when you have the multiple inputs and the prediction whether the multiple outputs so softmax function you can use it. Okay, so this is everything is very deep concept. So we can't spend much more time on it, guys. Okay, so but ऊपर से this is what the thing is okay. And okay, so let's move into this uh, RNN. Okay, so what is this RNN? So RNN is nothing but RNN also the same concept of ANN. So ANN mein what happening is so ANN don't follow any sequence or any follow. It won't follow any proper order. But RNN is not like that. It's follow the proper kind of the orders and it will give the outputs. But it's the same like a ANN. Okay, it's also having the same the input layers it will take as, and it will use the bias and it will apply the activation function. But the one thing is like in the RNN that's nothing but it just follows the sequence. It will memorize the previous word. If for example uh, hi, my name is dash. So if it is something, so it will memorize, so it will follow, it will pass each and every word. So it will memorize the previous words. Okay, it will memorize the what is the is name my. So it means it's asking like particular person name who's writing this. So it will think like that. Okay, so that is why the RNN came into this pictures. Okay, so you can go through it. I will share you some of the articles. So in these articles, you can go through it. The where is the what is the RNN? So you will get to know very detailedly. And after that, something it's called as the CNN, convolutional neural network. So CNN is nothing but the this is the CNN is also come. Just a minute there. Sorry. Okay, CNN is nothing but the convolutional neural network. The CNN is also like designed for specifically for the image and the spatial data. Okay, it's used to the filter the convolutional layers, and it automatically detect the patterns like edges. For example, if you will see in these images, in these images, the if you will see, this is also parts, and this is also this everything is nothing but the this is the one images. Okay, so this is nothing but the one edge, you can say, or you can say this is one image is made by like multiple pixels. Okay, one images is nothing but it's made by the multiple pixels. But if you will see in one images, every pixels are not that much of importance. Okay, so what is the speciality of the CNN is like, rather than processing every pixels, CNN learn the features from the small regions and the image using the filter and the kernel, and it will process. For example, here if you will see, the image is nothing but the board. Okay, the image is nothing but the board. So earlier layer detect the simple features like edges and the colors of this board, and the deeper layer detect the complex patterns like its eyes and ears and mouths and everything. And the final layer detect the images of this board. So this is how like it will divide into the multiple the layers, and it will detect it. Okay, and the final it will say which what is the exact that image. So that's nothing but the this CNN. So here, the if you will see in the CNN, there are the three different type of the layers, you can say. One is the convolutional layer, exact features using the filter which it will apply, and after that the pulling layers, it will reduce the size of the data to make the computation efficiency. And after that you will see the third layer, it says a full connector layer. So final layer that classify the input, and it will give the output which what is the exact the images. Okay, so that is the difference of the ANN, ANN, RNN, and CNN. Okay, and apart from that, the ANN, CNN, the RNN. It's now let's see the today's topic. The today's topic is nothing but the LSTM.
बिना छाछ का पानी अच्छा नहीं लगता, वो खट्टा मीठा वाला, पर इतने में नहीं होता है।
Someone is. Can you please mute? Go to the meet. So mute yourself. So can you please mute these people? Okay. So after that, the LSTM is nothing but the long short term memory. Okay, so what is the requirement? Like why it came, and how you so why it came? So before I dive into the LSTMs, like start explaining the let's we already saw the what is the RNN, right? So RNN is nothing but already the RNN is in the place or in the market, which will predict the proper results. If I'm saying if the person is writing anything, then it will give the proper output. Then why this LSTMs came? So the LSTMs itself, it's the full form is nothing but the long short term memory. Okay, the what is the full form of the RNN is a recurrent neural network. So it means it will repeat. The RNN is nothing but the it will repeat itself. Okay, it will repeat and it will give. But even already in the RNN in the present, then what is the use of the LSTM is nothing but the it's a type of the it's designed to handle the long sequence of the data by solving the memory problems of the regular RNN. So that's what of the definition is to say, like it's solve the long term of the problem. So let's see what kind of the problem it's solved. Just a minute. So let's go here. So let me write something here. So here I'm just writing like today, due to my current job situation and family condition, I need to take a loan. Okay, so let's assume it. This is the one sentence. Today, due to my current job situations and family condition, I need to take the loan. Okay. If here, if you will see, there is a two things. If I need to, okay, and after that, I'm just putting the dash over here. I'm just putting the dash over here. So you have to fill these things. Okay, the model have to fill these things. So in these things, if you will see, there are the every words are not important. If you will see, there are the only two words are important. First, if you will see the today and I need. Okay, so if you will pass the same sentence in your RNN, so what your RNN it's do is like it will just will like look into the previous one. For example, if it is a something, if for example if it is a need, then it will see the previous one and max to max its previous one. So conditions I need, so it won't take the last the today this word. If it is a very long sentence, I'm just giving the example, but RNN it will work, or RNN you can able to perform with this small sentence. And if you have something very lengthy any conversations, then your RNN won't work in this particular place. So you have to move into the LSTM, because the LSTM what it will do is like what is the use of RNN? RNN will take each and every word, previous each and every word. So each and every word it's taking. That's why what is the problem is happening is like it could not able to memorize the first word from where we begun, where we started. So it's don't know that exactly things. To solve this problem, so LSTM is came. So LSTM what it will do is rather than memorizing this all the word, it will just memorizing the few things. In these things, if you will do in memory cells, it will just memorize the today's, and after that the situations, and after that the conditions, and then it will just it will after that it will started to give the output for the I need to take a loan. So this is how the LSTMs will work. Okay, in memory cells. So in okay, in this image, if you will see, there is this image. Yeah, in this image, it will see, it will also happens everything. So it will go the input from the input layers, the things will come, and after that you will apply this activation function, and everything will happen the same like a CNN. But what is the uniqueness of here is like, what is the uniqueness of the here is like the long term memory, it will passes the linear line. Okay, it will passes the linear line. That's because in the images also you can see like it will passes the linear lines. Okay, it will passes the linear line, so you can get that even it could remember the word which started in beginning, the started beginning, it will memorize this word. Okay, so that diagram is very huge if I want to explain, but just overview I'm giving you guys. Okay, and even if I want to say like Dawal eating the samosa almost every day, it should be the hard to guess his favorite cousin dash. So if I'm saying in this sentence, you have to just you have to focus the dash. Last is nothing but the samosa word if you are using, or vada pav if you are using, and any pani puri, this kind of the word if you are using, obviously these kind of the foods are belonging to the India, right? So you have to fill. But if you will pass this same word to the RNN, it could not able to make it, because it's only just watching the previous word. It's just cutting this each and every word as a small tokens, and it will just only able to memorize the previous word. So one, so the important thing of the LSTM is nothing but it will just like important words of the sentence, it will just find out and it will memorize it. That's why like LSTM is came to the picture. Okay, so after that the thing is like this is called as this LSTMs. And after that the GRU. So okay, so LSTM it's already in the market, then why the GRUs came to the market? So the thing is like the what is the uniqueness of the GRU? The GRU is uniqueness is like, for example, let me show you that the thing is like, so if you will see that in LSTM there is the LSTM, there are the three layers it's using, but in the GRU it won't use the three layers. Instead of using the only two layers, that layer is nothing but the update gate and the reset gate. So two layers the GRU using. What is the update gate and the update gate and the reset gate is, for example, I'm just using the small sentence. For example, here is the one sentence. Let's assume it like Raju eating the samosa almost every day. Raju eating the samosa almost. Magesh, please don't do anything. Okay, so Raju eating the samosa almost every day. It should be hard to guess his favorite food in India. But and after that the another sentence you can, the John however is the lover of the the John is however he is the lover of the pasta and cheese. The mean, the favorite cuisine of India for this John is the pasta and cheese. Okay, so there are the two sentences. One is the Raju is the his favorite food is samosa. Okay, and he almost eat samosa in every day. And the second, the another sentence is like John's favorite food is nothing but pasta and cheese. Okay, so there is, if you will see here, there are two things happening. One is the Raju, you know this whole sentence. Raju, its favorite food is nothing but the samosa. Samosa. So Raju, favorite food is samosa, and just filling the remaining things. Okay. And the second sentence is nothing but the John. John, the favorite food is nothing but the pasta and cheese. Okay, cheese. Okay. So when you will pass this same sentence, two big sentences to the LSTMs, what is the problem it's happening is it always select the important words from the first sentence, this sentence, and after that even it will select the important word from the first sentence and second sentence. But here you don't need the importance, even even if you will see like the favorite cuisines in Italy, so the pasta and cheese, it's a favorite dish in Italy, right? So he's kind of the John is the Italians, but if you will see, Raju is the famous food is the samosa, so he is belonging the Indian. So if you will give the filling the blanks to the your LSTMs, so here also it will identify, it will memorize the Raju samosa and again pasta again cheese. But in this sentence you don't require the first one. तुम्हें पहले सेंटेंस को याद रखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, ओनली यू हैव टू रिमेंबर द सेकेंड सेंटेंस टू फिल द सेकेंड लाइन, एंड ऑफ द सेकेंड सेंटेंस के एंडिंग वर्ड्स को फिल करने के लिए यू जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर द सेकेंड सेंटेंस, राइट? So this is what the problem with the LSTMs. LSTM will remember, it will like store every importance word. So that is where the GRUs came to the picture. So GRU only will analyze the that words, whether this sentence it's completed by this important word or not. If that word is not important to complete that sentence, then it will remove it. So it will reset that things, or it will update that gate. Okay, so that is where the GRU come to the picture. So this is the exactly difference between the GRU and the LSTMs, guys. Okay, I hope you guys are understood the theories of these things. And apart from that, guys, I just really want to explain each and every sentence, but 1 hour में इतना ही हो सकता है. And I will send you the proper documentation for yesterday's that practicals. What is the practicals like a deep seek deployment in EC2 and the LSTM and
एक
GRU.
बिलियन
Okay.
डॉलर में है।
And on the basis of these topics, I just want to give you the some of the medium blocks for you guys.
ओह जियो
Okay,
स्टार।
so apart from that, anything, any questions or any doubts on these things, if you have, then you can ask me. And so after that, like, okay, so last weeks, after the last week, so many people have done so many written so many mediums that, so really I read 1 or 2 mediums blogs. And now for this weeks, you guys can write the medium blogs on basis of this topics, guys. As I explained yesterday, the deep seek revolution by AI, and what is that costing happen, how the people are trained that deep seeks, and what is the technology they have used, what is the functions they have used, what are the technique used they have used. So on the basis you can write one blogs. And the building the future with the generative AI practical steps, if you will see, there are lots of new LLMs. Yesterday I shared one application's link. So in that application, if you will see, there are also mentioned what are the LLMs are now. What is the next project of AI? What is the next project of? What is the next project? In the process in OpenAI companies, what the people are doing, what the Google next steps, what is the next steps for the Elon Musk, everything is written there. So you can go and you can relate अगर वो आने के लिए what kind of the technology they can adopt, what kind of the technology they can use. So you can just the predictor way you can just write some kind of the blocks, because वो सारे blocks क्या है कि interesting and many people will read. Okay, and apart from that, the data to decision, how the generative AI it is transforming spend analytics. Okay, so here like you can like highlight the role of the GPT-4, the Azure OpenAI. So you can also write the what is the differentiation between the OpenAI and the Azure OpenAI. And what is the challenges for the solution, speed, accuracy. Because if you will see that Azure is adopted this OpenAI company, and Azure also using the same OpenAI's products. For example, GPT-4, GPT-O mini, everything is used, Azure is using the OpenAI, but Azure is more faster than the OpenAI models. Okay, so what is the difference, how the people are, how it's working very what is the difference, कैसे ये इतना speed है, ये सब के what is the that comparison block you can write. Okay, and the design the RAG. So RAG को छोड़ दो, this is not yet we completed. So okay, I don't know this topic I had it. Okay, so इसको छोड़ दो, the fourth topic is just let it be the fourth topics. And after the mastering the arts. storylines the IT professional present project efficiently. So nowadays, the using this AI, how that IT professional can adopt these things and they can do the things, they can utilize where or wherever, कौन से फील्ड में इन आईटी के फील्ड में where we can use this AI and which model we can use and what kind of the changes it can bring. So kind of that is kind of the, you can say, the suggest or the ideas on the proportion, one kind of the proposal you can write in your medium blogs. Okay. And after that, the today's topics, what is the ANL, LSTMs के basis में I just written some of the topics, and you guys can write the topics here and go through. Also, I will share some of the documents, and by reading the documents, you can just write the blogs, the comparison between the LSTM and GRU, why it's came and what is the difference, and how they are speed, how using the LSTM and GRU, if you are running in your system on particular data set, and how it's utilizing the GPU and the CPUs. So everything you can just mention it. And apart from that, also you can add one more topic. Yesterday we covered the different companies, okay, competitors or Intel, and after that Apple companies and the ADM. So many companies we just covered yesterday. So you can just use the i5 core mein, how you can run the uh, a very large data set, utilizing, you can just just read it, the documentation of the DeepSeek. There the people are written very well, how they trained the whole model within 2 months, what are the technique use they have used. So how you can utilize the technique use with the with the 2 core 4 core of that Intel softwares. So that kind of the blocks you can. So thus basically guys, this is the 10 blocks topics, okay. And apart from that, iske related, you, if you have some idea, you can also utilize this and you can just write the blocks, okay. So that's it, guys. Anyone having any doubt? Yes, Magesh, do you want to say something?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
सर am I audible?
Yes, yes.
सर मुझे ये पूछना था, मेरे कॉलेज के एग्जाम थे तो आज मैं फर्स्ट टाइम ज्वाइन कर रहा हूँ। तो सर बेसिकली ये है क्या, मतलब ये इंटर्नशिप हमें करना क्या पड़ेगा? तो इसके बदल मुझे यहाँ क्लियरिटी नहीं है क्योंकि मेरा सेशन पहले के कुछ मिस आउट हो गए, इसलिए ये पूछना था जरा सा।
सॉरी, योर वॉइस इज नॉट क्लियर फॉर मी। थोड़ा थोड़ा आवाज से बोल सकते हो क्या? ये मेरे साइड से पता
सर आज मेरा फर्स्ट सेशन है, मेरे कॉलेज में
नहीं।
कुछ एग्जाम्स थी और एलिजिबिलिटी थी तो मैं ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाया इसके पहले।
हम्म।
तो बेसिकली इंटर्नशिप क्या है, मुझे इसके बारे में थोड़ा पता करना था, मतलब ये इसमें करना क्या होगा एक्चुअली एग्जैक्टली।
See, the thing is like this internship में we are this is the 1 month of internship, ठीक है? In internship में we will give you the what are the topics are in very top level, कि अभी इंडस्ट्रीज में क्या क्या चल रहा है, कौन सा टॉपिक्स तुम्हें कवर करनी चाहिए, उसके ओवरव्यूज हम देंगे सारे टॉपिक्स का, ठीक है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल आज तुमने देखा तो LSTM GRU ANN CNN, इसका ओवरव्यू हमने देखा एंड ये करता क्या है, ठीक है? सो इसके बेसिस में हम लोग और भी बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स है। AI में भी हम रैक सीखेंगे, CAG सीखेंगे, एंड आफ्टर दैट फाइन ट्यूनिंग सीखेंगे। ये सब के ओवरव्यूज कमिंग डेज में वी विल गिव यू। सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज एज ए असाइनमेंट्स, यू हैव टू रीड दिस टॉपिक वेरी डिटेली। तुम्हें इसको घर में बैठकर बहुत डिटेली सब कुछ पढ़ना पड़ेगा, and उसके basis में we will give you the medium blocks, okay. So you have to write the medium blocks rather than writing the doing some kind of the assignments, submitting that assignments. We are giving the medium blocks. So why these medium blocks? Because once तुम लोग अपने college खत्म कर लोगे ना, so if you will show your assignments, इट वोंट यूज, वो कोई भी तुम्हारे इंटरव्यूज नहीं देखेगा, बट इंटरव्यूअर के जाके तुम अपने मीडियम ब्लॉग्स बताओगे कि I have written this all the last 1 year, so that will add so much of value in your resume, okay. And the second things, we will guide you, अगर इस मीडियम ब्लॉग्स लिखने वाले लोगों को देखकर, and after that the also we will give you some coding basis of code based practical assignments. Uske basis mein if you are performing very well, and we will assign, already we assigned, we will just separated the different groups for the projects. हम लोग तुम्हें रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट्स देंगे, ठीक है? उस रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट्स में इफ इट इज पॉसिबल हमारे पास जितने हैं उतने हम डेटा सेट भी प्रोवाइड करेंगे। अगर हमारे पास डेटा सेट नहीं है तो यू हैव टू कलेक्ट द डेटा सेट फ्रॉम द ऑनलाइन और एनीवेयर and you can do that projects, okay? And apart from that, these two things, हम लोग और एक चीज आपको प्रोवाइड करवाएंगे, that is called as the research paper, ठीक है? अगर if you guys are really interested, then we will give you the topic, and if you have the better topics and the topics relevant to the our company strategy, then we will form one team and you guys can write the research paper, and वो research paper को हम publish करेंगे, ठीक है? उसमें तुम्हारा नाम होगा तो उस research paper में, you don't have to pay, because normally अगर तुम्हें एक research paper publish करनी है तो it's cost lot, right?
Yes, sir.
सो उस वो सब हम खुद हमारे कंपनी से हमें वो सपोर्ट करेंगे। सो या दिस इज द थिंग्स, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस थिंग्स, अगर ये टॉपिक्स तुम्हें वाकई में तुमने ओवरव्यू सीखा, ठीक है, और डीपली तुम सीखना चाहते हो, राइट? अभी एलएसटीएम में हमने ओवरव्यू देखा, बट एलएसटीएम कैसे काम करता है, उसका कोडिंग्स एंड एवरीथिंग, हाउ द एएनएन फ्रॉम द फुल डीप लर्निंग का पूरा कोर्स सीखना है, फिर एआई का पूरा कोर्स सीखना है, यू आर वेरी न्यू, ओके? देन न्यू, और तुम्हें और भी डीपली सीखनी है, ठीक है, रियल टाइम डेटा के साथ, रियल टाइम एक्सपीरियंस के साथ, यू वांट टू वर्क इन द रियल टाइम प्रोजेक्ट्स, देन इसके बाद हमारे क्लासेस भी है, ठीक है? 3 मंथ्स के क्लासेस है और 4 मंथ्स के क्लासेस है, वेर यू मंथली वी सॉरी वीकली वी यूज टू कंडक्ट द 3-4 क्लासेस। अगर उसमें भी तुम ज्वाइन होना चाहते हो, उसमें तुम ज्वाइन हो सकते हो, वेरी डिटेली वी विल टीच एवरीथिंग, ठीक है? सो उसके लिए इंटर्नशिप विल गिव यू द ओवरव्यू ऑफ एवरीथिंग व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन इन इंडस्ट्रीज, ओके? दैट्स इट।
सर ये इंटर्नशिप फ्री और क्लासेस पेड रहेंगे ना?
सॉरी, ये इंटर्नशिप
ये इंटर्नशिप फ्री रहेंगी, वो क्लासेस पेड रहेंगे ना?
या क्लासेस विल बी पेड, वो कितना होगा वो हमारे एचआर टीम आपसे कनेक्ट करेंगे। सो
हाँ क्या?
दैट इज ऑल्सो ईएमआई, आई डोंट थिंक सो दिस पीपल चार्जिंग मच मोर, वेरी कम प्राइस में ये कर रहे हैं, उतना नहीं चार्ज कर रहे जो बाहर है, बहुत कम प्राइस में, जस्ट लाइक वी आर डूइंग सम सोशल वर्क, दैट्स इट।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, या okay, so apart from that, guys, on the basis of the medium blocks, we are just selecting the people, okay? We are monitoring the peoples, and few peoples are performing very well. उसके basis में we will this internship जो है कि paid internship में भी convert होगा, we will select few peoples, okay, after 3 months. Okay, so please perform these things, and if you have any doubts, you already everyone have my numbers, and you can also reach out to me, and you can reach out to Ayushman, okay? Okay, so that's it, guys. Project के
सर
सिलसिले में कुछ भी है, you can reach out me, and the research paper you can reach out to Ayushman. Yeah, that's it, guys.
सर
And I hope
इंटर्नशिप
like every people is assigned to the one group, right? सब लोग को group मिल गया। ऐसे कोई है जो जिसको group नहीं मिला? Is there anyone like it the people are not assigned in any project?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Bridges.
Sir, my friend is also want to come with us and work with us. So, sir, I told
One minute,
Ayushman, sir.
yeah. Please stop the recording.